Look, everyone's talking about the crypto boom, right? It's like finding a golden ticket in a world that often feels like it's filled with nothing but wonkers, questionable labor practices. Suddenly, everyone fancies themselves the next Bitcoin baron, ready to retire early on a private island fueled by their own smug satisfaction. And honestly, good for them. If this whole thing works out, I call dibs on being the first one invited to that island, just, for journalistic purposes. But here's the thing about golden tickets. They're incredibly valuable, and that makes them a prime target for a different kind of wonka bird. The vultures of the internet, we're talking scammers, hackers, digital pickpockets, the lot. And they're not after your physical wallet, they're coming for your digital assets. Imagine this. You've poured your heart, soul, and probably a concerning amount of instant ramen money into your crypto portfolio. You're refreshing the charts more often than you're checking your reflection, and then one day, poof, it's gone. Vanished, like a Bitcoin in the wind or a rogue tweet from Elon Musk. Devastating, right? Well, that's the reality for many, and it's a fate we can absolutely avoid. So buckle up, because today we're diving deep into the world of crypto security, and more importantly, how not to become another cautionary tale. Let's get one thing straight. The internet is a bit like a public restroom. It's convenient, sometimes necessary, but you probably don't want to touch UC. And you definitely shouldn't be writing your social security number on the walls. The same principle applies to your personal information. Think of it as the keys to your digital kingdom. You wouldn't just hand those out to anyone, would you? Unless you're into that sort of thing, no judgment. First and foremost, we need to address the elephant in the room, or rather, the oversharing aunt on Facebook. Stop posting every detail of your life online. Seriously, no one needs to know what you had for breakfast, let alone that you just invested your life savings in Dogecoin because your dog looked at you funny while you were eating said breakfast. That's just asking for trouble. Next up, passwords. I know. Remembering a million different passwords is about as fun as getting a root canal while listening to a Nickelback marathon. But here's the thing. Using password 1, 2, 3 for everything is like securing your bank vault with a wet paper bag. It's just not going to cut it. Get yourself a password manager, folks. They're like little digital safes for your logins, and they'll save you a whole lot of headache in the long run. And while we're on the subject of passwords, let's talk about two-factor authentication, or 2FA for those who like their acronyms, like they like their coffee short, strong, and slightly confusing. This is a non-negotiable, people. It's like having a security guard at the door of your digital fortress, checking for invitations before letting anyone in. Now, I know what you're thinking, John. This is all well and good, but I'm a simple creature of habit. I use the same password for everything, and I like to announce my financial moves on Twitter using interpretive dance. Well, to that I say fine, but don't come crying to me when you're digitally bankrupt and forced to sell your interpretive dance shoes on eBay. Okay, let's talk about SMS-based 2FA. On the surface, it seems like a great idea, right? You get a text message with a code, you punch it in, boom, you're in, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. But here's the thing, SMS is about as secure as a screen door on a submarine. It's just not built for this kind of high-stakes security. Think of it this way. Your text messages are like postcards. Anyone with the right tools and a bit of know-how can intercept them and read your deepest, darkest secrets. And trust me, your I Heart Bitcoin confessions are best kept between you and your therapist. Hackers have gotten incredibly sophisticated with their methods. We're talking about SIM swapping, phishing scams, social engineering. These guys are practically digital ninjas, and they're coming for your crypto. So what's the alternative? Authentication apps, my friends. Think Google Authenticator, Authy, or any other reputable app that generates those little time-sensitive codes. These apps are like having a personal bodyguard for your accounts, ensuring that only you have the right to access them. But John, you might say, what if I lose my phone? What if it falls into a volcano? Or worse, what if my dog eats it? First of all, I'm sorry about your dog's questionable taste in snacks. Secondly, these apps are usually backed up to the cloud or can be restored using a secure key. So unless your dog also ate your backup codes, you're good to go. Chapter 3, Lockdown Mode, Securing Your SIM card. Now let's talk about your SIM card, that tiny little chip in your phone. It's basically the key to your digital kingdom. It holds your phone number, your contacts, and in some cases access to your online accounts. So, if someone gets their hands on your SIM card information, they can wreak havoc on your digital life. This is where SIM swapping comes in. It's a scary thought, but hackers can actually trick your mobile carrier into transferring your phone number to a SIM card that they control. Once they have that, they can bypass your two-factor authentication, reset your passwords, and drain your crypto wallets faster than you can say Satoshi Nakamoto. But don't panic just yet. There's a simple solution to this. Lock your SIM card. It's like putting a deadbolt on your front door. Contact your mobile carrier and ask them to set up a PIN or password for your account. This will add an extra layer of security and make it much harder for hackers to pull off a SIM swap attack. Think of it this way. Would you leave your house unlocked with a sign that says, "Free Bitcoin inside"? Probably not. So why treat your digital life any differently? Lock it down, folks. Your crypto will thank you. Chapter 4, level up your security going beyond the basics. Okay, so you've locked down your personal information, you're using a password manager and two-factor authentication like a pro, and your SIM card is more secure than Fort Knox. You're practically a digital security superhero. But in the ever-evolving landscape of cyber threats, sometimes you need to bring out the big guns. That's where advanced protection services come in. Think of these services as the secret service of the digital world. They offer an extra layer of protection, like a personal security detail for your crypto assets. We're talking about things like secure SIM cards that are virtually impossible to clone, multi-factor authentication that would make a bank vault blush, and even insurance policies that cover you in case of a hack. Now, I know what you're thinking. John, this sounds expensive. And you're not wrong. These services usually come with a price tag, but think of it as an investment in your financial future. Because let's be honest, losing your entire crypto portfolio to a hack is a lot more expensive than paying for a security service. There are several reputable companies out there that offer these kinds of services. Do your research, read reviews, and choose the one that best fits your needs and budget. Remember, in the world of crypto security, it's always better to be safe than sorry. Look, I'll be honest with you, I've made my fair share of mistakes in the digital world. I once clicked on a link that promised me free pizza and ended up with a computer virus that made my cursor sing show tunes. It wasn't pretty, but those mistakes have taught me valuable lessons I'm sharing with you today so you can avoid the same pitfalls. Protecting your crypto investments isn't about being paranoid, it's about being proactive. It's about taking control of your digital security and not leaving your financial future to chance. So be vigilant, be informed, and most importantly, be secure. And hey, if you found this video even remotely helpful, do me a favor and hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel for more tips on navigating the wild world of crypto, and don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss an upload. Together, we can outsmart the scammers, outmaneuver the hackers, and emerge victorious in this digital gold rush.